Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Try Out Tuesday. I hope you're well. Tonight we're going to be doing some art journaling, so if that sounds good for you, please stick with us, and we are going to get started very soon. We're just going to wait for everybody to join in, find out we're here, and I'm going to share as well. So if you wouldn't mind sharing this video, that would be great. If not, just give us a thumbs up or something so I know you're here. Creaky chair, definitely needs replaced, but here we go. Okay, so I hope we're all having a good week already. I know it's only Tuesday, but there's no reason that can't be, you know, a good start. Could be having a good start. Alrighty, Shazar, Caroline, Pauline, Barbara, hi. I do hope you're good. Okay. So who saw my post in the Crafty Stamps group about the excessive number of pallets I seem to have located today while sorting? Because I was doing proper sorting, not pretend sorting, where I'm just trying to make space on my desk. And yes, so it turns out I have 8 at the minute. And it's about 50-50 bits split on clean or dirty. The annoying thing is, though, the round ones, they're obviously not all from the same place, so they don't stack. That's rather frustrating. But, you know, as problems go in the world today, it's not a massive one. Okay. Oh, I've just realised I've left my water mug. Bear with. Chat amongst yourselves. I'm back. Didn't really have much of a chance to chat, did you? But that's okay. All right. So this evening we're going to be doing some RJ craft Dina journal. Okay, and I thought what would be nice to use some of stitchy borders, sort of take a step back for some backgrounds. Stitchy borders, I've got my big numbers because I just love adding them to everything because it's just fun. Okay, and I've got my script because in fairness it was in the pile of tidy up stuff today. And I've also got this piece of media paper. Okay, so like our catalyst papers, our media papers, we've got backgrounds and faces, okay, are also made with the Japanese rice paper, but obviously they just don't have any colour on those, they're just black and white. Okay, which means they will go translucent if you get them wet enough, whatever, but they are more sturdy than, for example, the stamping tissue. Now, if you can see, you can see this poor piece of media paper has been run over by my chair several times. I found it sort of behind my chair and it's been rather callously treated, okay? But obviously it's nearly complete, so I don't want to dispose of it. It needs to be used and look beautiful. And so I found this birdie. So this is the inspiration for the colour choices of this evening, okay? So we've got this from the Rainbow Birds. These are the edge flowers from, you know, my paper piecing. You'd have to concentrate to say that 10 times real quick. But this is from my paper piecing playing card that I made yesterday, that I launched yesterday for week 16. It's paper piecing is the theme. And those are the outer petals from the centre I made. So I thought they sort of went with the colour theme, which is great. And I've got a twisted citron and evergreen bough. Okay, so they're going to be the colours I'm going to use this evening. And I'll also use some black ink as well. So aside from that, I think that's pretty good for me in terms of planage, if you will. So what we're going to do is we're just going to basically start and see how it goes. Yeah? Cool. All right. So first things first, something I also found was these two transparency prints And I'm pretty confident I want one of these to go across the bottom. So I'm thinking this across the middle and whatever. So sometimes this is art journaling. Grab a few bits that are leftover bits, scrap bits. In fairness, that is actually the majority of my art journaling. And it just works. I just like it. I just like it like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is your media paper. You can rip with water, you can rip freehand. It's very much up to you. So we're going to go that. And then I think I'm going to go sort of across the middle. And I'm going to sort of jaunty that. And then sort of, for want of a better description, rough up this edge a little. Now, when you get your media paper, you will see the lines go this way, and that could give you the misapprehension that it will tear easier this way. It doesn't. Okay? It's just one of the ways it is. Oh, see, now that is pretty good. Peter Piper could do some paper piecing when not pick and pickle peppers. He could. So you don't think I'll be able to do that? I can do them. I think it comes from growing up on the west coast of Scotland. You know, there's a certain speed that you get used to talking. And I talk fast anyway. It's why I was never allowed to go down the counter at, on telly. Because I'd get too excited and talk too quick, and then I'd get told off. So that's why Sam generally did the counter. So there you go. Alright, so I'm going to grab my Dina #1 brush. I'm just going to spread that collage medium out a little. I'm going to put this on here. I'm not adding too much water directly to the paper. I'm going to use the new tub of collage medium because I don't want it to go completely translucent. I want it to keep some of the white. Whee! Okay. I'll go out of my lid first. Okay. So, for example, you can see here where it's going quite translucent. If I'd have spritzed this with water beforehand, and you can catch up with videos where I've done that on the YouTube channel, you can make it go really translucent. Okay, hello Michelle. Sorry. Okay, so I'm just going to carry on and just make sure that's sitting nice and smooth onto there. Okay. Now, with your media paper, you could ink it first, spray it first, add colour to it. It's very, very good for that. But obviously you don't have to. It's all about just having a go with what you want. So we're going to give that a waft with the old heat tool. I'm going to hold my heat tool quite far away. I've got to be honest, you've probably heard me say this before. If you're not, and you haven't, sorry, and you're new, welcome. Okay. I tend to jabber on like a monkey in a tree. It's just best to get used to it. These, when I'm sticking media papers, catalyst papers, my stamping tissue even, if I've stamped that up and I'm making collage paper, book page, exactly that sort of thing, I do generally prefer to leave it to dry for the most part on its own. Okay, so for example, when you see my playing cards and things like that I do for the Be Crafty deck, etc., for that section I do try to leave it for the most part. Okay, so where that has gone translucent here, it will stay that way. Hello Lynn, how are you? Alright, So what I'm going to do, I can't decide which way to do this. I'm going to do it this way, I think. Okay, so I'm going to take, this is one of the Be Crafty Slims. So this isn't a super skinny, you can see it's 5mm thick. They're a little bit thicker. Well, they're a little bit thicker actually. I'm going to take my evergreen bow and I'm going to put it onto there. And I'm going to get my mini mister. I'm going to just mist that up. I'm just going to apply it onto there. Okay. And then I'm not going to waste any of that ink. I'll put it onto that bit to use at another time. Okay. Then go back in because I want to sort of save these sort of droplets. Hello, Dave. Problem is, I shout hello, Dave, I'll get a hello from the living room. Excuse me. Okay, so we're just going to dry them up. And then the Twisted Citron, and we're going to do exactly the same thing. And I'm going to mist that again. Go into the middle. And this is a great way of getting that sort of ink splatter look with your ink pads. Okay. There we go. I'm just going to mop that up with that bit of media paper. And then we'll give it another. Sorry, I'm just having a little read through. Oh yes, well done, Shaz, on winning another competition. You're just, honestly, you're so lucky. So this is, it's like I say, it's just a really good technique if you are trying to get sort of like a paint, ink, splashy look, but you're really not a fan of the chaos that using sprays creates, or maybe ink pads are all you've got right now, and you still want that look, but you're budgeted out for inks or something at the minute, which I totally appreciate. You can get just this awesome ink splatty look by just using your slims and your inks just to crack on, okay? But bearing in mind, if you wanted to, see, I'm going off on a tangent now. So you're like, well, no, but I did want a bit more ink directly there, but I don't want to risk it being solid, okay? All you've got to do is get your blending mat, mist it once, okay? Just to loosen it up a little. Okay, you can always sort of add it in, and because Distress ink is water reactive, okay, you could put some more along there and then add some mist to sort of reactivate it so you can get more drippy drips, but you've still got that concentration of colour where you want it. Okay, so there's different ways you can manipulate your ink pads to get the colour where you want it without having to use sprays if that's not what you're into, or you're just budget doesn't allow it at the minute. That's totally fine. Sorry, it does mean you have to just bear with me drying again for a second though. What I'm going to do quickly is just turn it upside down, get some of those excesses going the other way. I do think it can look really fun on projects when you almost have drips going up the way. Hello Audrey, I hope you're well and Michelle isn't boring you by making you watch me. Okay, so background is looking quite well, isn't it? Marvellous. Right, now what we're going to do is we're going to grab, I'm sort of going to go from least focal pointy to most focal pointy when it comes to stamping in the background. That makes sense to me. There you go. So I'm going to go with the script background. Okay, let's not even pretend it's clean. We all know it's not. Okay, a few areas, sort of like a script look. Stunning. Stunning. Okay. Hi Di, I used our Be Crafty media paper. It's a printed Japanese rice paper. Sam has put all the links on. You can always catch up with them after though and go through and find the links. That's not an issue. I don't expect anyone to remember. If there's ever anything you can't find on the website, just send us a message and we'll get that for you. Okay, so that is some Twisted Citron script. Do you know what? I think I'm going to add in a little bit of VersaFine Claire script background as well. And I have answered this several times this week, but just because you're all here, okay. Our pre-order for the new VersaFine Claire colours is in, and that's the only information I have right now. I've sort of done what I can with regards to getting them, and now it's just a waiting game. So there we go. Alrighty, now I'm going to go on to the numbers. What is everybody's favourite number? Because the numbers for me are incidental, what the number is, okay? I just like how they look, basically. Okay, so I'm going to take, right, so basically you're giving me all the numbers. Right, so 4, 8 and 7 seem to be the one. Now, if you look at your numbers, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 0, and that is because you're 6 doubles up. But you also have, there's a word for this, there's a word for these. Can't remember that word. So feel free to ask me what it is. Feel free to show off. This is your opportunity, because I can't remember. Okay. So we're going to use our evergreen bow. I'm going to put in a 4 there. Okay. And then we'll go with a 7. Right, but I'm going to stamp this in VersaFine Claire, and then I'm going to stamp it a couple of times without re-inking. Okay, and then we'll get our Twisted Citron for our number 8. Ordinal indicators, impressed. If you're using Google, I'm impressed that you did it so quickly. So either way, you're impressive, so that's good. All right, and then I'm going to go with number 8. Ooh, look at that. Delightful. See, look at that, and it's like a wiggly infinity symbol. Infinity symbol. See, so the numbers, they don't have to mean anything when you're art journaling. They can just be fun. Now, if you do have a lucky number and you haven't done week 13 of your Be Crafty deck yet, the theme for week 13 was lucky number, because mine is number 13. So there you go. So yes, that's something I should probably show you. Sorry. So that is a super skinny slim. That is a slim. Okay, so that's 5mm thick. If you prefer something a bit more thick to hold, we could go down a really dark road here. Your super skinny slim is obviously much slimmer. It's got a bit of flex to it. We flex, we do not bend our super skinny slims. Really good. This one's handy for doing small ones, for getting in close to borders, things like that. But these are available in different sizes, okay? So there's ones for different sizes. See, Shaz, you and me were on the same wavelength there, weren't we, my duck? We were. And it wasn't a one that well-respected ladies would be on. I think, right, a lady said number 3. I reckon I'm just going to chuck a number 3 in there just because it's fun. Do you know what? And I'm going to grab me. I'm going to get a random colour. It's not that random. It's fossilized amber. All right. Ooh. Nice. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to give that a little bit of a lift up, okay? Because you can see all of those awesome details are there. Fantastic. Outstanding. Right. Now, I remember how impressive I was last week when all my easy frames were so well set up. Okay, so this week I'm going to go for I was just checking. It's an octagon. This is the 4-inch octagon. And we are going to just ping it out. If you missed last week, okay, I didn't do this on the live. It really wasn't that boring. I did it outside of the live. I went through all of my easy frames, lined them all up, made a mark, and then stuck the insides with it. I do believe that's what they call hyperfocus. Right, before I do that, I really did press my script into my Twisted Citron ink pad, so I'm going to give that a little blast with the old heat tool. Very nice, because obviously it is sat on top of that collage medium. Okay. How could you let me? I'd already forgot about my stitchy borders. Right, so if you haven't seen these before, these were actually a request by my mum, Julie, because I was using these a lot in the bigger collage stamps that we were making at the time. And my mum was doing bullet journaling, and she was like, "No, I love the big collage stamps, but what I want is the stitches out separately." So I'm good, and I do what my mum tells me most of the time. So what we're going to do is we're going to ink up some of these using our VersaFine Claire. Am I though? Am I? See, that's still not dry, because I've got an idea, but I don't know if it's going to work. Shall I do it anyway? Shall I do it anyway? Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get some embossing powder, and I don't know, oh there it was already out. So we're going to get some embossing powder. We're going to use, there are 1, 2, 3, well, there's 3 real stitches, your ruler, and then this one here. Now, Sam has chopped this one in half. I'm going to go white. And then, because Sam likes to use the dots separately. So do I. I'm just not a stamp chopper like her. And I've just inked that up in black, so it's going to be white on black. Okay. So I'm going to stamp there. Stamp there. Stamp there. Oh, ecky thump. And I'm going to try, because there's other wet bits on me. So I'm going to try and get it on my stitches, which did not work. It's stuck everywhere, but I still think it's going to look good. So we're going to carry on. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stitch, we're going to stamp, sorry, the ruler. I'm actually going to get my Versamark this time. I may regret this. Okay. Now, all I'm actually going to do here is take it off this number 8. And then the rest we're going to heat emboss. Because I think the pops of white are really going to look good. I have to say, very good advert for the range of white embossing powder, don't you think? Even if you stamp it in VersaFine Clear Black, it still comes, and you use the white powder, it will come out white. Right, so in order to add a bit of that back, stamp. Take it down a notch. And over here. Okay, and now I'm going to stop because we are really starting to enter the realms of should have stopped 5 minutes ago. Okay, so we're going to stop that there. I'm going to get my octagon. And I'm going to get a green blending brush. I'm going to go with the Twisted Citron. I'm going to keep it nice and bright. And I'm actually going to put it point up and point down. So I think with an octagon, people tend to keep it that way. So I'm going to put it point up. Just a bit slightly. Don't want to use the phrase extra, but extra. I might go with a bit of evergreen bough just close to it. See how we're doing there. Oh, that's definitely better. It's still not exactly how I want it to be. So I'm going to grab a Sakura Pigma Micron. And I'm going to go around. There's no number 5 I wanted. I can't find it. Now don't worry if you go a bit wiggly, because we're going to add in a wiggle anyway. Okay, so we're just going to add whatever shape you want. I think this one's at the end of its life. Oh, even better. Green one. And then we'll take a rainbow bird, whose colours sort of inspired the page. We're going to put him right in the middle so that his tail is popping off there. And then I'm going to use these petals. And what I like about these is because this flower has been used on that page, it's almost going to just tie the two together a little bit. Now these were stamped on one of the catalyst papers for the paper piecing. I'm going to put that there. And then I think I'm going to go with the cheerful, and I'm actually going to put it right about there. So all around they have, there's a real sort of mix of the different things that we do in the transparency prints. We do have more coming this year as well. So when the matte medium has dried, I've tried to keep the matte medium off front so you've still got that shine to it. Okay. But when that matte medium dries, it dries perfectly clear, so you don't have to worry about it showing through. Like I say, I probably should have stopped a little bit earlier, or at least waited till it was dry before I did my white heat embossing. But I absolutely love it. I might go in with my white pen when it's a bit more dry and add in some little details, but on the whole, I think it's definitely done. Okay, so Sam has done links. It does a bit look like fancy bunting. Yeah. Oh, Sam, now you're thinking. So Sam has done links for everything we've used tonight. I will say, I think things like the script background, the numbers, and the stitchy borders are just, they're real workhorse stamps. They're just brilliant ones to have in your collection. So do go over and check those out. But like I say, have a look at the media paper and the catalyst papers, because they're such a good leaping off point. If you don't know, you know, where to start or whatever, they'll just sort of give you that sort of push, so you know where you're going. All right then, guys, thank you so much for joining me. It's supposed to be me and Crafting Together with All Brands on Thursday, but I've had a dentist appointment come through for 1 o'clock, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do one of those. But please keep your eyes peeled, and we will, of course, let you know. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and please, if you see any of our posts here, Instagram, Threads, anywhere, just please click them. Oh, Sally's here tomorrow. I didn't know if Sally was here tomorrow because she's been off gallivanting. So I didn't want to speak for her and I'd forgotten to check. So Sally's here tomorrow at 8 and she has very well thought out demos and lots of good knowledge to share. So you should make sure you stick around for that. All right then, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic rest of your week. And if there's anything you can think of that you'd like to have from us, or any help you need in terms of finding anything on the website, please do get in touch. All right then, guys, thank you so much. Bye.